Did I fix it? Did I fix the problem? Looks like the microphone is working now. Hold on.
I think it's also coming out of the TV too.
Shouldn't be. It should be picking up my mic now. Hey guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Let me know. I don't want to keep going until I know y'all can hear me. Okay, it's good now? Awesome. Awesome. It's fixed. It's fixed. Good. Good. Glad to hear it. All right, well, we ran into a little snag, but that's okay. Snags happen. Snags happen. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. All right, so let's get this game started. We got Exotic Warrior, Versatile Slayer, Brawling Warrior. Got to play 6 Brawl matches. Let's hop into a Brawl match. I haven't played Brawl in a hot minute. Let's do Brawl. Oh, hold on. Let's see, maybe fight AI. Let's do this. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, what's up, Jared? Hello, Coin. William Snow. Truth. Hope you're all doing well. Vulpecula. And, of course, Hannah. I hope Raven will go into another huge Assassin's Creed Shadows rant. Oh, the night is young. I may still. If you want me to talk about Assassin's Creed, I will talk about Assassin's Creed. In fact, I just might do that. I'm in a mood to talk about Assassin's Creed and all the problems with it. In fact, I was thinking about talking tonight about some of my bigger issues. I'm going to play Hannah first. I'm going to play my Hannah build. This is the Afir that I built for Hannah.
Banana.
I should roast Valhalla and how boring the story is. Actually, you know what? What I want to roast, what I really want to talk about is my issue with the direction of the narrative. Because in my opinion, I mean, leaving the gameplay aside, because gameplay is going to be different to other people. Like, some people are going to say, oh, I love the new games versus the old games, or I love the old games versus the new games. I love the RPG system. I don't love the RPG system. It's going to vary. But for me, my issue isn't the gameplay. The gameplay is whatever for me. For me, what I hate is the narrative direction they went. And once we get through this round, I'll say more about that. All right, Warlord, let's go. Okay. Here comes the headbutt. Nope. Good light parry. Wow. Ooh, good dodge. Very well done. Anyway, so as I was saying, the real issue I have is the narrative direction. What is Assassin's Creed about at the end of the day? Well, if you look at Assassin's Creed and what it was originally about, it was 2 ideologies conflicting with each other. The Templars' ideology was one of, you know, we want to maintain peace, but we're willing to take away human individuality to do it. We're willing to take away the human individuality and freedom to do it. That's what we want to get rid of. Because, oh, come on, don't be a coward. Get him. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Well, don't emote over me now. Hey, I set him up for you. I got him super weak for you, JJ. Don't even start. All right, here we go. Crap. You could have won by just throwing me there, bro. Ah! I come so close, and then I get killed. That sucks.
What was the Lincoln Park line?
I got so close and yet so far.
And in the end,
It doesn't even matter. All right, here we go. All right, we got this guy. He always knows when to dodge, he does. Whoa! I thought I could fake him out, but he knew to do that. Wow, this Warlord's damn good. All right, hold on. I might need to just finish up this match before I go more into my talk. Ooh, smooth, smooth. I like it. I haven't gotten a kill yet, but we can fix that. Man, JJ's kicking butt. He's good. He's good. He's good. Then again, JJ's just a really good character, too. All right. In the end, you got poked in the face. Hey, we have a question. How do you feel about Sony forcing people to log in every 30 days? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, apparently what happened is, like, I think it's a UK thing exclusively, but, like, because of the UK's, like, new age verification laws, they're going to have to, like, log in, like, every 30 days or something. So, like, they want to, like, be access to, like, a lot of, like, Sony's stuff.
Got him. All right, Hannah, give him the business. That was Hannah giving him a taste of her home cooking. Look at that. Hannah's doing a handstand. Yeah. Nice. Okay, I did not expect a face cam. I've been doing this for a little while, man. I've been doing a face cam for a little while, dude. You must have been missing quite a few streams. But anyway, that is one brawl match down. I got 5 more to go. But yeah, as I was saying, so the idea of the Assassin's Creed originally was it was a battle between ideologies. The Templars wanted peace, but at the cost of freedom. You know, you take away your individual freedoms and your rights and let the strong and wise rule the masses. You know, that was the idea. Do I want to play them again? No, we'll find a new group. Still brawl. The assassin ideal was freedom at all costs, but the consequence was, you know, you still have to suffer a little bit. You know, the idea being, you know, everyone should have the right to make their own choices and deal with the consequences of those choices. And so it's a battle of two ideologies. Now, obviously, the Templar one is the objectively worse one, but the assassin one had its consequences as well, you know? Both sides had their ups and downs, and both sides had to live with those. That's kind of the beauty of it. That's why Rogue was such a unique thought experiment. What about times when the assassins' own consequences come back to bite them? What happens when the assassins start to become the bad guys? It can happen, you know? Both sides can... Jurin? Do I want to do Jurin? You know what? Yeah, let's just do Jurin. I randomed it. I got Jurin.
You want to do Jurin? The answer to that question.
Well, I had an order to do hybrids, and Jurin's a heavy. But anyway, so that was the beauty of it, right? And that's what I liked about it. The problem is, as the game progressed, and I think we start to see this especially around Origins, if not Syndicate, it turns into less a battle of ideologies and more a battle of oppressors versus the oppressed. And you might think, well, isn't that the same thing? No, because the ideology of the Templar can still be held by the underclass, and the ideology of the assassin can be held by the upper class. You see this a lot in Ezio's trilogy. Good parry. Uh-oh. All right, I'll let you have it. All right, I'm probably not going to win this one. You got way more health than me. Ooh. Good move, good move. All right, all right. Hey, Catalin, how you doing? I don't know. That's just what I saw. I don't know. The PS5 thing is something about if you don't log. Oh, you're still talking about the Sony thing. I don't know anything about that. Come on, little double O. Give me that good fight. We were doing the good fight thing a second ago. Come on. There you go. Good parry. I knew she'd dodge. I knew she'd panic dodge. I knew there was a panic dodge coming. I just watched your 40k female Primarch tier list. Yeah, that's the heavy. That's the big zone attack. It's a big heavy zone attack. Throws off a lot of players. Great deflect. All right, I'm gonna start overcharging those. Okay. No, I misput it in. I misput it in. Okay, zone attack. Yes, I still killed her. I still killed her. I may die, but I got her. Good fight. I got it. Good fight. Yes. Okay, come on, Valk. Don't choke. You got this. Clutch your kick. Clutch your kick. You got this. You got this, Valk. Yeah. No, Valk. No. No. Good try, Valk. That was a good try. That was a very good try. Props for that. Props for that. All right, all right, all right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Wrong one. No, I'm out of stam. No. No. Good fight. All right, come on, Valk. You got this, Valk. Come on, Valk. Come on, Valk. There you go. Come on. No, Valk. Oh, okay. All right.
Not the kidneys.
Oh. Yep, got her. What a hit. What a hit. I think I'm going to buy Jurin too, and I think I'm going to make a Radahan Jurin. Dude, get Jurin. They are so much fun. Jurin is so much fun.
I even got Jurin.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Ooh, good read, good read. Ooh, I fell for that. I fell for that. Oh! Good fight, my brother. Good fight. No, why'd my Valk quit, man? I could still pull this back. We still got a chance. All right, let's go. Good feint. Good feint. Ooh, okay. Oh, good parry. No, I choked. I choked. Good fight. That was a great fight. That was a great fight.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah, that was well done. That was well done. Nobu played like a boss. That was great. That was a great fight. Wish you good matches. Thank you, Hunter. But, what were we talking? Oh, yeah, we were talking about the issue with the change. It changed into more of... It changed into more of an issue of the oppressor versus the oppressed. And the reason I don't like that is because I could tell the writing had suffered. Like, let me give you an example. In Origins, for a large part of Origins, you work as a sort of ally with Cleopatra and with Julius Caesar. In fact, Julius Caesar is kind of a chill dude for most of the thing. He acts a lot like himself. But then by the end, just out of left field, suddenly he's the bad guy. Suddenly Julius Caesar's the ultimate guy you got to kill. There's no setup for it. There's no hints along the way. There's no suspicion of him. Just suddenly, out of nowhere, he's your enemy, and you have to assassinate him. And when he does get assassinated and you have your little animus moment with him, he goes on this little speech about how he's a god. Which, okay, I'm not going to pretend like Julius Caesar didn't have a high opinion of himself. He definitely did, but where was this at any other point in the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, they played him out as a pretty cool dude, this guy that you kind of respect, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, oh, by the way, he's your enemy now. And the reason they did that was because oppressor versus oppressed. Julius Caesar was this emperor who was changing Rome and turning it from a republic into an empire. He was becoming a dictator, and it doesn't matter the context of it. That's automatically bad. So we need to make underdog kill oppressor. In fact, they knew this was such bad writing that even though it's canon that an assassin kills Cleopatra, Shaolin, all right, that works. Even though it's canon that an assassin kills Cleopatra, they still didn't have the guts to just do it. They didn't have the guts to just go with the, go with you killing Cleopatra at some point. They couldn't even write her as a villain. Because honestly, Cleopatra's pretty inoffensive. Like, she didn't do a whole lot really evil or objectively wrong. But you see what I mean? It's like we have to make an oppressor class that we fight against. You know what I'm saying? It's just lazy writing. Okay. Okay. Ooh, I was expecting him to go for the parry, not the heavy. All right, good fight, good fight. That was well done. Well done. I always thought the Isu plotline wasn't necessary. Yeah, it's easily the weakest part of Assassin's Creed, but I'm not even talking about that. I think that was a bad idea from the word go, but I could deal with it if they hadn't changed the whole direction of the narrative, which they definitely did. He got me. Good fight, good fight. Good catch, Valk. Okay, whoa. Okay, this Jurin not willing to give her a second. That Jurin wasn't willing to give her a minute. He gave her a bash to end her execution, but didn't even give her a second to get ready. Just started attacking. That was kind of cruel. What do you think of the revelations making Suleiman the Magnificent an ally? I didn't like it, but I could deal with it. It just doesn't make sense with what they do later.
Yeah, it's kind of like the one time the underdogs are allowed to be Templars completely. Is like, and I want to to touch in on that. It kind of irritated me, where it's kind of like, in the next game after Revelations, Connor has to heavily critique the Founding Fathers for owning slaves. But in the previous Assassin's Creed game, we were chill with the Turks. Like, the Ottoman Turks practiced slavery, and they did a lot of messed up stuff.
Yeah.
We don't gotta question any of that. We don't have to, like, we can just sort of hand wave that, like, hey, different cultures, different time period, whatever. Founding Fathers, heavily scrutinized.
Yep.
I don't like the double standard. It's one, if you don't want to say, like, hey, stuff's in the past, this is gonna be a different culture, you gotta accept that sort of thing, alright, that's fine, but keep that consistent.
That's how you turn it around, boys. He's even waving at me. Wave at the... Oh, weapon stopped waving.
Round 5.
All right. We got to clutch this, guys. It's 2-2. Ooh. No! Ah, good fight. Good fight. Good fight. That was well done. All right, Valk. All right, Valk. It's clutch or kick time. It's clutch or kick time. Ooh! Oh, come on, Valk. Be better than the last Valk. Yeah! Good fight. Good fight. Oh, man. That Valk had some beef with that Jurin. That Valk had some beef with that Jurin. I'm not going to lie there. Raven Knight, I dislike that they also made Vlad Dracula a Templar who oppressed his people. Wouldn't it? Wait, they did that?
I don't think they specifically made him a Templar. They may have been an extended lore, but I remember in Revelations they mentioned that one of the assassins turned traitor and went to the Templars because he was from Wallachia, and he didn't like that the assassins basically allowed the Turks to go and kill him. And so that's why he broke with them, because he considered Vlad a hero.
So, okay, so the assassins wanted to kill Vlad.
No, the assassins didn't. They made peace with the Turks and basically allowed them to go ahead. It's like, hey, we'll let you go take out Vlad, which made this Wallachian assassin livid, and so he defected to the Templars.
Because the assassins wouldn't take out Vlad.
Yeah. You see this guy in, like, the first, like, time in Revelations when you have one of your recruits, like, take over a region.
Interesting. Hey, 999 from the Iron King. Hey, Raven, please pray for me next chance you can. Been going through spiritual anxiety, feeling mortified of hearing depart from me and I never knew you, even though I know to put my faith in Jesus. Iron King, I want to tell you something right now. I will pray for you, but I want you to take heart in this. The fact you're even worried about that is a good sign. Because honestly, that's the scariest line in the Bible for me too, dude. Like, I get that, 100%. It's the scariest line in the Bible to hear Jesus say, depart from me, I never knew you. But I'm going to give you some hope right now, okay? There are people in this world who claim to know Christ, but do not follow his commandments. They do not have a relationship with Jesus. And how do you know that? Well, Jesus said it himself. You'll know them by their fruits. You'll know them by their fruits. The fruits are the things they do, the things they say. So if you have a person who says that he believes in Jesus, but he doesn't behave like a Christian, he doesn't behave like he has a relationship with Jesus, then you know he's talking a lot of talk. He's not walking a lot of walk. Okay, so I'm going to say this right now. The fact that you're even, the fact that you're even worried about it, or the fact that it's something that is concerning to you, is a very good sign. It means that your heart is still in line with Christ. It means that the Holy Spirit is still active in you. And keep in mind this also. When Jesus said, depart from me, I never knew you, this isn't like a dude with Alzheimer's, right? It's not like it's your grandpa who used to know you and love you but has forgotten all about you. No, it means he never knew you. There was never a relationship. There was never a connection. If you had a saving relationship with Christ, but you've walked away or you've faltered in your faith, that happens. That's understandable. And it's okay. It is 100% okay. There's no judgment there. It is a matter of you correct that. You come back to Christ. You reestablish that saving faith. You reestablish that connection. And that's fine, you know? But the people who Jesus will reject when they come to him, the people that God will reject, are the people who talked a lot of talk, but they were wolves in sheep's clothing. They were people who only used the gospel and their supposed faith for their own ends. So believe me, I understand all about that fear. It is one of my big fears too. It's something that haunts me. But the fact that you even have that concern, the fact it's even something you think about, is great, you know, because it means that you are still in the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit still resides in you. And you are thinking about your salvation. You're thinking about your eternal reward. There are some people out there who call themselves Christians who are not saved because they use their faith like something to prop up their own positions. Like I heard this lady, this happened a couple days ago. I heard this lady who basically said, you know, she talks to God in the morning and she talks to God in the evening. You know, she loves her Lord. But she also said that the Old and New Testament were faulty, had issues, and we needed a third testament to fix it. And I'm like, you claim to talk to God, but you think that the Old and New Testament are wrong? How can you have a relationship with God and think that? And that's how you know. This woman does not have a relationship. She's using that. She's saying that to get people on her side. Then there are people who say, you know, I love the Lord and I think the Bible's really cool and all. And, you know, I definitely got baptized when I was a kid, but, you know, I think the Bible's wrong in a lot of ways, or I think we need to update certain things, or I think we need to reevaluate the text. No. If you're trying to change the text to suit what you want rather than what it is, then that's not true faith in God. That's not a real relationship. Those who walk in a real relationship with God are hungry to learn about him and hungry for his word, not quick to make alterations. Think about it like a real relationship you'd have with a friend, right? Hold on. Nusha? Yeah, we'll go Nusha. Think about it like a real relationship you have with a friend, right? If you have a relationship with a friend, you don't go to them and say, hey, you can only be friends with me if you agree with the things I agree with. You know? That's not a relationship. A relationship is you talk to them, you understand them, you learn about them, you meet them where they are. That's a relationship. But if you say, no, see, you and I can only be friends if you agree with me. That would be like, to give you an example, I'm like Havoc, For Honor content creator, great guy. It would be a really shitty thing for me to do if I said, yeah, I'm friends with Havoc. You know, we're cool. We're buddies. I love him. But I also think he's an awful person because of whatever reason, right? I also disagree with things that he said in his stream, and I think that he's a terrible person. But, you know, we're still friends, right? That's not a real friendship. Oh, let's get into this. We're not fighting bots now. We gotta focus. We gotta hone in. Got him. No, I fell for it. No. Good fight, man. Good fight. That was good. All right.
You know, there are worse ways to go than being killed by an airship.
But yeah, no, Iron King, I want you to know, we'll pray for you. We'll definitely be praying for you. We'll be thinking about you. Don't worry about it. But I'm going to tell you this. The fact that it's even something on your mind is a good sign, okay? But we'll pray for you. And if you ever need to talk about this kind of thing, we'll talk about it. Part of the reason we're here, man. Whoa, that was a delayed guard break. Got him. Got him again. Anyway, hey Samuel. Raven, do you believe Assassin's Creed Revelation should have pursued the Chinese assassin who visited Ezio and Embers? Yeah, well, I don't think Revelations needed to pursue it. I think that instead of what we got in Assassin's Creed 3, we should have... Oh, Shaolin quit. I think that what should have happened is instead of Assassin's Creed 3, we went to Assassin's Creed China, you know?
Or Assassin's Creed Jade or whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you wanted to call it, but we should have gone to Assassin's Creed China, yeah. Hey, Adam.
Round 3.
All right, here we go. I thought maybe... Ooh, God. Wrong read, wrong read. Oh, good move, good move. Why didn't I think of that? No, she got me. Ah, good fight, man. That was good. I misread that entirely. But yeah, Iron King. We'll keep you in prayer, but don't let it sweat you, all right? Don't let it sweat you. All right, let's see. Do you think AC in a Viking setting was a bad idea? No, I don't think putting Assassin's Creed in a Viking setting is a bad idea. I think they went about it horribly. I think they gave us pop culture Vikings, not real Vikings. I think they went too far to try to... Damn, this warmonger! Oh, bro, great fight. Oh, man. I was worried for Ocelot for a second. But anyway, I think that they just handled it awfully. I think that Valhalla was just handled poorly. What's the Centurion fashion show? Tomorrow after work. I got to go to work first. I'm going to be working tomorrow from 10 till probably about 4. When I get back home, we'll do the fashion show. All right. How many more brawl matches? One more. We got to get one more brawl match and one more match with the non-Vanguard. So the next one is going to get a lot of XP. Hey, Raven, you heard about the legendary Chuck Norris, rest in peace, the God among men? Yeah, I knew about that. That is sad. What's even more sad is the fact that after his death, so many people have just come out against the man. You can tell a lot about the quality of a person by how people treat him after his death, and you can tell a lot about the quality of the living by how they treat those that die, you know? Can you play Nusha? I literally just did. Hunter, that literally was what I played last match. I just played Nusha. That was literally the last match. You gotta stay awake, man. You're going to sleep on me now. You're sleeping through everything. You're never going to know what I do because you sleep through it. Oh, who do I want to go to get that nice, juicy... You know what? Highlander. Let's go Highlander. And since I played Hannah earlier, we'll play Aaron now. Raven, thoughts on Jinxie coming to the battlefield? Jinxie. I
thought you said Jinxie, and I was like...
Yeah, I thought that too.
That'd be an interesting skin for the Wu-Lin. I would not expect
I'd buy it. I think it would go to Zhan Hu.
I would be fine with this.
Okay, so my thoughts on Jinxie coming to For Honor. I think that'd be cool. I don't know anything about him. I mean, I'm not a big follower of Twitch streamers. I mean, I'm trying to follow more Twitch streamers. The other night, I was looking into other For Honor Twitch streamers just to see who's out there, which was fun. But I don't know a whole lot about Jinxie or his community or what he does. I know he's popular. I know a lot of people are excited about it, but I'm going to be real.
Round 1.
I don't want to put all my stars in the wrong place, if that makes sense. Ooh, crap. Wait it out, Nobu, really? Really? Alright, Nobu. Alright. Alright. Those Nobushi doesn't want to be nice. Alright. He played 2 matches and quit? Yeah. That doesn't give me a lot of hope in him, if I'm being honest. Let's try this again. All right, Sent. Let's go. Let's go, Sent. Let's go, Sent. Wake up. There you go. Good light parry. And good dodge parry. Very good. But yeah, I don't care much about here's the thing. I hope Jinxie comes to the game and enjoys it, but if he doesn't, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Good light parry. Good job, man. Man. Played well. Good job, man. Well, at least I killed that scummy Nobu. At least I killed that scummy Nobu. That makes me feel good. And they don't even have an emblem on their shield. That tells me a little bit about them. What's up, Jorbell? That was a scummy move to just interrupt the execution. I feel like the downfall is because it became like an RPG game. No, I don't mind that it became an RPG game. I think that the narrative lost its focus. I think that's what happened. All right, got those done. Got to get a breach execution, but we can go to breach later. All right, let's hop into Dominion. How are you? I'm good. I'm all right. What happened just now? What she did was, when I was doing the execution, instead of just letting me get the X, she decided to roll through me to interrupt it, and then just attacked, which, kind of a trolling thing to do. Look, here's the thing. If you don't want to let me finish the execution, fine, but just kind of rolling your way through is kind of trolling. It's kind of scummy. Hey, SJ. Hey, what's up, SSJ2TY? I'm going to call you SSJ. That's what I'm going to call you, SSJ. Good to have you. Good to have you. We're all out here hanging out, having a good time. All right. That was good. I don't have to I have to play as some more hybrid. Random it. That's a heavy. Let's get for a hybrid. Nobu. All right. Nobu is a hybrid. I haven't played a knight yet tonight, have I? Get that drum beat going. But yeah, I think what really killed Assassin's Creed was just the change in direction of the narrative. The narrative used to be, like I said, a battle of ideologies. Now it's a battle of oppressors versus oppressed. And that's not only lazy, but it's just dumb at this point, if I'm being honest. It really does become dumb because it's like we're dealing with kindergartners. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely see this in stuff like Shadows and Valhalla, where it's not a battle of, okay, this group, like, you believe this thing, but it's harmful. I believe this thing, it's better than this. We're going to fight it out. Like, I thought that there were moments in Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood and even Revelations where you had an interesting battle of wills, an interesting battle of philosophy. Now it's just, you evil, I kill evil, you know? I think that's just so, it drives me crazy. Hey, what's up, Telecaster? Yep, I've been streaming with a camera for a little while now. Ubisoft went down after Shadows and Mirage, hence why I'm skeptical about Black Flag resynchronized. Based on what I saw, it doesn't look bad. Like, they've fixed a lot of issues that I had with it, so who knows? The story of Black Flag was okay. Like, I didn't hate it. I mean, I guess, he's not my favorite assassin, that's for sure. Edward Kenway isn't my favorite assassin. But the gameplay was fun. I have no idea how to upload a PlayStation image onto Discord. What you can do is you can take a flash drive, plug it into your PlayStation, and download everything onto the PlayStation. From the PlayStation onto the flash drive, and then move it to your computer. Or, if you have the PlayStation app, you can save a lot of your images onto your collection or your capture files, and then move it that way.
Capture Zone C.
Ooh, caught me when I was most exposed.
You capture Zone A.
Is it just me, or are his animations coming out a little later than they should? What's his ping? 46. Okay, that's not too high. But there are moments where I feel like his ping is... It feels like his animations are coming out a little late. Alright, at least they seem to be getting their act together with the Heroes of Might and Magic series. With Olden Era. What are we talking about? Can you understand why I'm skeptical? I mean, I understand why you'd be nervous about what they do with Assassin's Creed, but Black Flag was a very successful game, and it doesn't look like they're changing the story, so I don't know what you're worried about. What are you worried they'll do?
You capture Zone C.
Hey, Cynthia. Best of luck with the matches. Thank you. Gonna pick you up, Conk. Okay, never mind. I guess you don't want to be picked up. Fine. Damn. I was caught between a Highlander and a Nusha. Be wary, definite possibility of lag switching. Could be, but I doubt it. We'll see. Once I fight him again, we'll check. But I don't know. It's a little iffy. What's my opinion on Mirage? I didn't play it. I didn't want to play it. Once the twist was revealed that the main character of Mirage is actually Loki or whatever, I just didn't care. I just did not care. All right.
You capture Zone A.
him the light parries. It's a problem with playing Nobu. That really is a problem with playing Nobu. So easily reactable. I think the way they need to fix Nobu is make her light attacks unreactable, but reduce the bleed damage, you know? I think that'd be a fair compromise. But right now, she's so easy to react to. Her dodge attacks all are just so easy to react to. And her kick is reactable too. That's a problem. God damn. Not a lot I can do against this guy. He's too good and I'm too bad. Could be worse. It could be Virtuosa. Nah, no. Nobushi against a Virtuosa is a much better match. Like, that's a much better match. Virtuosa's biggest weakness are undodgeable attacks. And Nobushi has those. Nah, I'd rather fight a Virtuosa with Nobushi than a Highlander. Black Flag was fun to sail around and cause chaos. Yeah, that was half the fun. That's why people liked it. I call Black Flag a great pirate game, just not really an Assassin's Creed game. You know what I mean? I'm doing terrible. I've died 5 times and only gotten 1 kill, but doesn't that just show how pitiful Nobushi is for a casual player right now? Bait on the Highlander's crushing counter. He's only the... Oh, shit. Who's the one throwing... Oh, no. Their shaman is throwing thanks out the ass. That's kind of sad, bro. I'm going to keep boosting C. The one with the Matic skin seems to be doing that a lot more. He's only thrown 2 crushing counters so far. He's mostly just parrying me. I'm going to try to bait out some of his parries if I can. All right, I'll let you have that Varangian. I'm going to go to B. Oh no, their toxic shaman just quit. What a shocker. All right, I'm gonna try what you said and bait those. Hold on. Gah! I dodged too early. I dodged too early. No, she's dead. She's dead. Damn it. Hey, Raven, just wanted to jump in and say hi, and I hope you're doing well. Love your content, too. Also, YouTube's been hiding your videos from me. Not sure why. What the fix is. God bless. I don't know why. Make sure you hit that bell notification, I guess. I don't know. That's really weird. Maybe YouTube is out to get me too. I don't know. It's a very strange incident. All right. All right, let's test our theory. Crap. That sucked. Yeah, those Highlanders are just going to beat down on that poor Shinobi. We got to go save him. Got him. What the hell? Oh, it's the... All right. How'd that miss?
Badge?
I'm glad that they got the Japanese voice actors to do the Naoe and Yasuke skins, because if they got the English voice actors, they'd all sound dead inside. Here, let's plant a little trap for him. Oh, baby boy! Oh, baby boy! This is vengeance of the highest caliber! Oh! That felt good. That felt very good. Undodgeable Jesus. Undodgeable Jesus. You cannot dodge Jesus. He is inevitable.
Biblically speaking, that is correct.
You are correct. Undodgeable Jesus with 100 plus damage. Jesus and for honor. Just, I smite you, my son. All right, let's find a new group. I'm scared of fighting them again. I'm scared of fighting them again. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. How we doing so far? Ooh, we got 46 viewers. That's cool. 46 viewers overall. Glad you're all here. How's that differentiated? Let me see. So on YouTube, we have 40 viewers, so that means on Twitch, we have... Oh, it says 9 viewers on Twitch. Well, like I said, if you want to get those drops, hop on over to Twitch. Oh, and we have 7 subscribers. That's more than last time. Last time we had 6. I must have missed it. All right, here we go. Awesome. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Fix it. Fix it. All right. I hate this map. It's a terrible map. All right, we are... Oh, we got to get 2 more kills with a hybrid. All right, random. Shaolin. We already played Shaolin. Next. Medjai is a hybrid. Let's go our boy Medjai. I have not played Medjai in a while. Okay, I could be a little bit rusty with the big guy. Got to step into my Egyptian roots. I have none, but... Yeah, the AC Shadows voice acting is so terrible. That was one thing I noticed as soon as I started playing the game. I was like, this is awful. And I've seen further clips, and it's like, Jesus! You weren't even trying! Did the Bible say what sword did Peter use to cut the guy's ear off? Probably would have been your standard sword of the time, like a gladius or something, like your standard short sword.
Yeah, that would be like a short stabbing sword.
Yeah, it would have been a short stabbing sword, because keep in mind, this is the Roman era. We're not talking. This isn't a time period where we have a whole lot of very versatile, unique swords of the Roman era. You had your short duty stabbing sword. That was usually about it. They did not. You didn't. This isn't like the medieval period where you would have. Oh, would you like your long sword today? Your arming sword? Your bastard sword? Perhaps you'd like a Kriegsmesser? Would you like just? They didn't. You didn't have all that. The Roman legionnaires had your very typical swords. I like the Ghost of Tsushima English voice actor. Yeah, but you know what's funny? The Japanese voice actor for Ghost of Tsushima, the guy who plays Jin Sakai, is the same voice actor who plays Roronoa Zoro in the Japanese dub of One Piece. And I'm like, boy, I'm listening to Zoro. Gotta love me some Roronoa Zoro. Doom? What do you mean, dude?
Why am I getting dry?
Such a good bit. All right, here we go. I don't know why I did that. That was dumb of me. I got an idea. This is crazy, but I got an idea. Yeah, it didn't work. Crap. Boy, I got played. That was rough. But then again, I hate Orochis. I hate playing against Orochis. They are so difficult. But it's what it is. All right, I'm going to try to be a little sneaky. I'm going to sneak around to A, see what happens. Uh-oh. No, they got it. I believe in them. I'm going to sneak over to A. They've got two Naue, an Orochi. I don't know what the other one is. A Jorm. They've got a Yorm. Okay. I'm a sneaking on over. Hello. Good parry. Okay. Shoot! I forgot it could displace. I forgot it could displace. Ah, it's so lame. Back-to-back dodge attack is wild from this Roach. Yeah, well, I mean, when your dodge attacks are that good, why not? You know what I'm saying? All right. We're going to try this again. I'm going to get a kill, all right? I'm going to get a kill because I got to get 2. I just need 2 to finish the order. What the? Bro, what is up? Y'all saw that. What? Is it my ping? It could be. Let me check my ping. What's my ping? My ping is 76. It was not that high earlier. But everyone's ping is high. This whole match has high ping. Is there a reason why Zoro's my favorite character for One Piece? Because he's awesome, objectively.
You captured Zone A.
Yeah, everyone's ping is a little high this match. What the hell just happened? I hit the character, but then for some reason it glitched out and showed that they parried me, which didn't make sense because I saw them get hit. I saw them take damage. One person's ping is probably make everyone else's worse. Yeah, their team keeps bumping up into the 80s and 90s. I think that their ping is messing us all up. But that's a hard place to be in because I'm playing Magi, and Magi's super predictable. It looks like they're all gang banging in C. Fine, if they want to do that, we'll just work over here. Get some stamina back. Man, what a turnaround. Okay, all right, all right. And I got 4 kills. Let's go. Good try, buddy. What? There it is again. Roll away now. Oh, baby boy, let's go! Get on your face! Oh! Oh! The crocodile. The crocodile is the predator here. Let's go! Let's! Oh, no, you don't! Ooh. Oh, I thought you were gonna ledge. Never mind. Boy, howdy, I'm not going down without a fight. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, baby. I will not go quiet into that good night. Yeah, ask your question. Go ahead. Thank you. Yeah, get that feed in there, boy. Yes! I don't care. I don't care. I made you boys work for it, and we're back in the lead. Oh! Oh, my eye's burning. Which comic relief character, whether they're from Disney or not, do you like, and which one do you not like? Which comic relief character do I not dislike? I like Mushu. Mushu from Mulan is a great comic relief character. which is ironic because I don't care for Donkey that much. Both are played by Eddie Murphy, but I just didn't care as much for Donkey as I did for Mushu. Mushu I thought was written very well and very enjoyable with a unique character arc and direction for his story. Meanwhile, Donkey was just a wisecracking ass, which... Okay, hold on. Whoa, the delay on that is crazy. Oh, well, we lost, but you know what? I'm proud of myself. I put up a hell of a fight. Okay. All right, you emote spamming douchebag. All right. I kicked your ass in a 1v3 scenario. Yeah, you better emote spam. It's the only win you deserve. Oh, how sad is your existence where you get destroyed in a 3v1 by a Magi? You manage to get him at the very end of the match when our team is breaking, and then you have to emote spam to feel better about your earlier loss. I'm sorry, bro. Stay in your lane and don't talk to me or my Magi ever again. That snowman. Oh, Olaf. Yeah, he's a terrible one. He's a terrible comic relief character. And he quit. Even better. Boy couldn't stand the reality. Oh, shit. He may come back and play me again and beat me. I better not let that happen. I got to scoot. I got to get out of here before that happens. What the fuck is my team doing? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I got my order done, and that's what matters to me. Yeah, I don't really care much for Frozen. I used to like it, but now I don't care much for it. Part of it's overexposure, and another part of it's just, I think the story's weak. God, my eyes keep burning. I don't know why they do this. At certain points while I'm playing, it just happens. I think it's because I got too many lights. I got a light on there, light on there, light on there, light in front of me, light here, light there.
Everywhere a light.
Everywhere a light, old McDonald hat. No, I'm not going to go there. All right. Now I can play whatever I want. I got my Magi order done. Let's see what we get. Random. Gladiator. No way. Ocelot. All right. What do you say we play our Ghost Ocelot, the one from the fashion contest?
Commander Mushu.
If you like Mushu from the original Mulan, then I know that you hate him in the sequel. There was no Mushu in the sequel. Trust me, he tried to break Mulan and Shang up in that. Sorry, I was thinking of the live action. I apologize. You're right. I just didn't watch the sequel. I saw a trailer for it and I thought it looked shit, so I didn't touch it. But yeah, I didn't even watch the sequel because the sequel just looked bad. It just looked bad. Hans as the twist villain was gold. Was it though? Because it's very clear it was rushed. Like, here's what I think happened. Elsa was gonna be the villain, but her song Let It Go performed way too well with test audiences. So they said, well, we can't make her the villain now. She's too popular. We need a new villain. And so they just made Hans the villain at the last minute.
They literally had to apologize to the voice actor of Hans because they're like, sorry, we need you to come back and redo everything.
Yeah.
Because you're the villain now. What?
Yeah, if y'all couldn't hear what Lork said, because the mic's a little away from him, he said they literally had to apologize to the voice actor for Hans because they made him come back and redo all of his lines because they made him the end in the last minute. So even if you want to say, oh, it was such a twist, of course it was a twist. Of course you didn't see it coming. It wasn't the intention.
Never seen it coming.
They could have just done the Snow Queen normally. Could have.
Well, where's the fun in that?
That's not fun. All right, let's go. Fitting that I'm playing the Blue Ocelot in the Frozen Hellscape.
I'm blue, babu dee abu die.
People thought that Let It Go was annoyingly overplayed. Yeah, after it was on the radio for several months. The new Let It Go is golden by the Huntrix group.
I prefer that one
I shouldn't have done that.
I should not have done that. Pulling a Hagrid.
Crap. Oh, man. We were just no match for that one. The Kensei and the Goki were working way too well together. Yeah, Samuel, they did that. You didn't know? I thought the Mulan sequel was odd. I thought it was... I think it's terrible. It just looked awful. It just looked awful, in my opinion. Oh, I see what's going on. They got a team of 2 in each zone, and they're just going to sit there and hold those zones. Yeah, this is going to be a rough match. This is going to be a very rough match.
If you're having trouble with matches, you can always use a lighter.
Okay. Oh!
You captured Zone A.
What a turnaround. I will not go down that easy. Hello. Here comes the Mongolian. Okay. Are you just throwing random guard breaks and making it work for you? If so, kind of genius. I could barely see what was going on there. The camera kept zooming away from my character. This is not going to be a fun match. I'm just going to call it right now. This is not going to be a fun match. Because you'll notice we've been holding B for almost the entire match, and that's because what they're doing is they're working in pairs. They got the Kensei and Shugoki just sitting in C, and they have the Aramusha and Hatun sitting in A. So all they have to do is hold those 2 positions indefinitely, and they'll win by points alone. So it's pretty cringe, but it is a way to win.
You lost Zone A. You captured Zone A.
That's how you clean up. Waiting to see who shows up to fight me for A. Anyway. But what I don't understand is that people shouldn't just ignore the song altogether, and that they wouldn't have to bring that up like how they ignored some of the forgettable Disney animation films, like Soul or Strange World. People ignored Soul and Strange World? Well,
Strange World, definitely.
yeah.
Zone C.
Soul, I think.
Soul, I don't know. I heard a bit about Soul when it came out.
Yeah. I heard it was okay.
Disney now just sucks ass. I think Disney is still capable of putting out good content. They just don't remember what good content is.
Until, like, I think they would have to do, like, a complete overhaul.
What is up, Goki? Alright, I fell for that. Alright.
You lost
This is going to feel familiar, Aramusha. Tell me if this feels familiar. Ah, the light. Dang it.
You lost zone A.
Hatun is just a hard counter for a lot of heroes who don't have unblockables. I may go to C and try to turn that around instead. Yeah, I better go to C. Got him. Good kill.
You captured zone C.
Ah! Goki. Can't stand him. In my opinion, Goki's just a lazy character.
You lost zone C.
Ah! Peter Pan 2 is better than it has right to be. Peter Pan 2? Oh, I haven't watched that in ages. Peter Pan 2 tried to take elements from the original book and put them back in the story. I don't think they did it as well, but it is good. Like, I'm not gonna fault it. Ah, shoot. I know it's Hatun up there. I know it's Hatun up there. Gah! I had revenge, but she had me pinned. I couldn't do anything. That's so stupid. Oh, I had it. I had it, boy.
Your team rallied.
And the flirting with Ana was just cringe. Yeah, I've got 10 kills. I'm fighting like my life depends on it. It's just not enough against this team.
You captured Zone A.
Oh, well. I die knowing I gave it my absolute best. I gave it a hell of a fight, but we're up against a Goki, who is already a very tough character to get behind, a Kensei, who I think is way too overtuned, Aramushas, who are a lesser disease than cancer, and Hatun, who just hard cancels most of what I can do. And half of my team quits right there, because of course they do. That's what you do when you lose, right? You don't finish it off. You don't go through and, get your rewards for trying. You just quit. Obviously. Good plan. Raven Preacher voice coming out. Can I get an remember that brother and sister? But yeah, that sucks. Hey, but you know what? I gave it a hell of a fight. I gave it one hell of a fight. You can't deny that. All right, later, Nina. Thanks for dropping in. We're going to go a little longer, and then we'll probably call it 2. Because I'm finally going back to work tomorrow. So excited. Got an early shift, though. I'm going in at 10, which I know for y'all doesn't sound too early, but for me it is because it's an opening shift. Have I heard about the blind Cyclops brothers? Nope. Haven't heard anything about that. I almost had it. I was so close. To having it. I don't think we would have won, even if I did get that revenge, but, it's just one of those things where it's like, I was robbed! Alright. We're into another match. Let's random it up again. Kyoshin. I don't want to go Kyoshin. Jormungandr. I already went Jormungandr. Hatun. I was just talking about you, Hatun. Let's play some Hatun. What are we talking? We're talking about Anna and Kristoff? Yeah, that was a weak relationship in the first place. They didn't do anything to really establish that. I think Andalus isn't covered enough in games. Well, a lot of people probably haven't heard about it, so there you go. Guy got the Deathly Hollow sigil. Oh, he got 2 of them with that sigil. They might be friends. They might be playing together. All right, in this match, Warden is going to be the hard counter I go up against. Warden is going to be my biggest problem. Because you want to know the best way to beat a Hatun? I was telling this to Lark. The best way to deal with a Hatun? Bash. Because when they go into their dash attack, bash them out of it. Half the time they can't deal. Hey, Raven, it seems like you're one of those people who don't think that animation is just for kids. No. Well, I don't think animation is just for kids. Animation is an art form like any other, And you can make the content of animation for kids. Like, I would argue something like Powerpuff Girls or, what's another one for kids? Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob. Those kind of animations are definitely for kids. They're targeted at children. But then you have other animation which adults can enjoy. Like you have your higher tier anime, like Studio Ghibli and stuff. You have Justice League, which can be enjoyed by adults. Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think, is... See what I mean?
You captured Zone A.
Damn. I got wasted. Look at her babysit ganking. Look at her babysit ganking. I love it. Virtuosa never change, because we all need something to complain about in this game. How do you counter if you're a shield punch? Dodge out of the way of it. Or you can light her out of it if you time it right. Ugh. That was gross. I don't think we're going to win this one either. Holy crap. And I wonder if you just like Elsa too, like the rest of the herd. The rest of the herd? I just don't care for Elsa's character. Like, but I'm not doing it because other people don't like her. I don't like her because I can objectively look at her character and say it's a flawed character. Don't say it's like, you know, it's like a sheep herd thing, you know. That's just not fair. Better go help. Now, how come she tried to guard break me, failed, and then when I tried to counter guard break, it didn't work? I don't even understand. Virtuosa, you break all the rules, and that's why people love you, and it's also why people hate you. Have I seen the leaked Avatar: The Last Airbender movie? I haven't watched the movie, but I know about the leak. I just don't care. When I heard that they weren't bringing back the original cast, I didn't care. Oh no, one of them's a thanker. Not a thanker, y'all. No. Don't be a thanker, y'all. Okay. Oh, the thanker's the virtuosa. Am I surprised? Sometimes it's about holding her in place. Thanks. You are welcome, Virtuosa. You are welcome. You know what? Did it for free. Did it for you. Did it because I loathe you. Okay? I am glad that you're appreciative, because, you know, I'd do it again. I'd do it again. All for you, baby. All for you. I love this warden. Lark, that sneeze was very distracting.
I'm happy to help, man.
Enemy team is breaking.
They're about to take C.
Enemy rally.
I didn't play very well this match, but I had a good team this match, so that makes up for it. Wow, that Black Prior and Highlander are very high rep. Good, light parry. Wow, very well done. Okay. I guess we're doing the staring contest. I got him started. Beat him. Thank you. Do you want to pick me up?
Zone C.
That's fine. I'm going to go to A. Yeah, I see you healing over there. Who is it? Vert? It's Vert!
Enemy team is breaking.
All right. I think this warden doesn't like me. I think this warden doesn't like me very much. Okay.
Slight possibility.
Well, I had that virtuoso until warden came in to help. Oof, oof. And now it's just Vert and warden. Raven, what's the Unga Boonga version for Hatun? Unga Boonga version for Hatun? What are you talking about? What do you mean Unga Boonga version for Hatun? It's a weird question. All right, you two.
You captured Zone A.
Excuse me a minute. Now, what do you say we do a little dance for?
Victory.
Oh, she just can't handle it. Raven, what are your dad's thoughts on Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit? He doesn't care for him. He's just not a big fan of him. He's not as into high fantasy as me and my brother are. Let's see. Hey, Raven, what are you going to do that response video to confuse Matthew's review of Lion King? I'm not doing it. I already told you I'm probably not going to do that. I got a different response video I'm working on right now. I told you I'm probably not going to do that. I don't remember ever saying that I was going to do confuse Matthew's review of The Lion King. I mean, you told me about it. I remember you telling me about it, but I don't remember ever saying I would do it.
He also seems a bit confused.
What?
He also seems a bit confused.
Yeah. I don't recall ever saying I was going to do it. I remember saying I'd look into it, and I looked into it, but I just don't see much to respond to. Besides, let me pull it up real quick. Hold on. Confuse Matthews. The Lion King re-review. Pull it up. Oh shit, this was released 11 years ago. And it's over an hour long. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I don't usually respond to stuff over an hour long. I forgot it was that long. I remember looking at it and just going, I don't know. Shugoki. I want to play a knight. I haven't played a knight all night. Get it? Haha. Let's go PK. Raven, that's on the thoughts on the Song of Ice and Fire books. I'm sure they'd be great if, you know, George R. R. Martin decided he wanted to finish them. Nah, I have no interest. He got really mad about the arrow scene? Yeah, he did. Well, that sucks. Look, I'm sorry, Cynthia. I get sent a lot of requests for response videos, and I don't say yes to all of them. Like, some of them are either too long, or they don't have enough content for me to respond to, or I don't think they're entirely wrong. I've got a response video I'm working on right now to a person that I don't hate them, but I think they made bad points. So I have to be very meticulous about what I respond to. And responding to a video that's an hour long, that's a lot that I have to put time and effort into for something that honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Tell you what I'll do. I'll do this much. I'll watch the full thing. I will watch the full thing. And if I do think that his takes are too egregious, I'll at least respond to some of his takes. But I'm not going to do like a full... Because if I respond to a video that's an hour long, that's going to mean my video is like 2 or 3 hours long. And I don't want to do that. Shame he'll never finish them. Yeah, he'll never finish them. Oh, Hannah, do you like the PK drip? You like this PK?
You lost Zone C.
Sent. Come on. Okay, we can fight here. Okay.
You captured Zone C.
Peacekeeper's still fun. Okay, what he's doing is he's relying on hyper armor. Ah, I tried to dodge and he caught me in the dodge. Alright, so what this Highlander's doing is he's relying on his hyper armor. He knows that Peacekeepers often dodge attack a lot. So what he's doing is he's eating the dodge attack and then letting his hyper armor trade. So we'll have to counter that a little bit. Raven, I just can't stop snacking. For fuck's sake, thank you. It means a lot to me. I just can't stop snacking? What are you... You're welcome?
I think.
Wait, the Centurion... You mean to tell me that Centurion I fought quit right after I beat him? Oh! It's one of those nights. Take and see. Got it. All right, let's go. Get him, Sohei. Get him, Sohei. No. No, Highlander wife. Hey, $10 from Corwican. Thank you for the content. Thank you for the donation. I always appreciate that. Definitely lately because I've been out of work for like a week now. I'm really low on funds, man. It's crazy. But hey, I appreciate any donation. Any donation is always appreciated. I would never beg for money, but I'll always be appreciative when it's given. Hold on. Fire. Woohoo!
The enemy.
I didn't even get all four of my feet. Oh, Lark, could you grab me one? Since you're up.
Enemy team is breaking.
Thank you, bro. What flavor?
You captured Zone C.
Why did Aramusha want to do that? That's weird. All right, boys. Dance it out. So, Hannah, what do you think of the Peacekeeper drip? I asked you. Raven, is that top soft feint any good? Yes, it's very useful. People are already waiting for Winds of Winter when I was in middle school. I'm 23 now with a job, and they're still waiting. George is a specimen indeed. I'll tell you what happened with George. Actually, it's 9:40. Let's go ahead and go to Breach and get that out of the way. I'll tell you what happened with old Georgie. The problem with old Georgie is he was a decent writer until his book series turned into a TV series, and the TV series got stupid popular, and so he said, oh, okay, I don't need to invest anymore. I don't need to write anymore. I can ride the coattails of this success. And it's true, he's super successful, but in my opinion, that makes him lesser than people like C.S. Lewis or J.R.R. Tolkien. They didn't need their work turned into movies or TV shows or anything like that. They had their books, they had their creativity, they had their integrity as writers, and they ran with it. I don't think that Tolkien, if he were alive when the movies came out, would have said, oh, great, I guess I'm done writing. You know? I don't think that would have happened. I think Tolkien would have said, oh, okay, I'm just going to write my next book then. Because you got to remember, Lord of the Rings for him was not his magnum opus. It was just another anthology in the world he created. You know what I mean? He created the world of Middle-earth, and that was just a part of it. All right, who we gonna play for probably the last match? Virtuosa! After all I said about you. Fine. Fine, I'll play you. I'll play you. But I'll still enjoy it. I can't even say, like, but I'll hate myself for it. No, I'll enjoy it. Oonga, boonga. All right, rock and roll. Hey, we got 15 viewers on Twitch right now. If we keep it above 10, we'll raid somebody. How about that? All you people in Twitch, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying your drops, guys. I hope you're enjoying your drops. You get some champion status, you get some scavenger crates. The longer you watch, the more you get. So keep on watching, guys. Glad to have you. Glad to have so many people over here in Twitch right now. This will probably be the last match of the night because I got to get ready for tomorrow. But always happy to have you guys here. One execution down. No, the bots know the counterplay. No, I got beat. I got beat. Counterplay won. What do you think about AC Unity? I personally liked it after a recent playthrough. AC Unity is fine.
There are things that it does okay.
It does some
But
things right. Yeah.
The middle of the game is fun. The ending of the game, I think, is crap, and this is what I'm talking about. I know that you can like modify your gear to tailor it to be a better experience. I found that the skill gap between like the level 3 enemies versus the level 4 and 5 was so astronomical it wasn't even fun at that point. And the story was crap. The story was absolute crap. There were things I liked about it. I liked the idea of the co-op missions. It's hard to get people on nowadays, but those were fun. But story was crap. The characters were crap. I didn't really enjoy Paris all that much, and that's not just me being anti-French. It's just, to quote the game itself, man, being in the French Revolution sure is bad. I prefer to be in Paris in the 1890s. Like, sure, I'd like to visit the city when it's not complete crap. But that's just me. For more details, we actually have a video on it.
I loved the black Altair outfit. Yeah, Altair's outfit black is cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, getting it is bullshit. The Nostradamus mission's going around trying to find that, and then you have to go through that weird gas chamber. Frick that. It looks cool, but frick that.
And I got sick of hearing piss pot all the time.
Piss pot, piss pot.
Piss pot.
Piss pot.
Damn it, Lawbringer, I need executions! Why are you stealing my kill? Fine, fine, fine. Magi, come here, play with me. Damn it. Nope. I'm not dying to you. I'm not dying to you. I'm going to go heal. But I've got 2 executions. That's a good start. I believe George, writing a sentence each month after the new book. I just don't think George cares anymore. And I think he's sick of fans demanding where the next book is. How dare you hold me to a standard of responsibility as an author? Don't you know that responsibility is so offensive? You think Come on, you two, come up here. Come play with me. Nope! Damn it. I'm the one who need executions here. George is also just old. I'm sorry, so was Tolkien. He still wrote. You would think in his old age he'd have more time to write. Hey, what's up, Chaos? How you doing, man? You're good. No need to worry. He's George the Hutt. Song of Ice and Fire, Voodoo. Job, I'll make you a fortune. You're being a fool. Warlord. No. No. Come here, Warlord. Get away from the minions. Get away from the minions. Come on. Nobushi, I swear. Nobushi, you ugly bitch. Like, God. I need the executions. Yes. All right, I think I just need one more. I think I just need one more. That Nobushi, I swear, is just trying to steal kills. Ugh. Tolkien has been dunking on that man since he chose the high of fame. Yeah, yeah. All right, Nobu. I won't hate you. But stop stealing my kills. I'm gonna go heal. Or not. No, we won too quick. I need another execution. Dang it. I was so close. Wait, I got it? I got it? Oh, sweet. I thought that I needed 4. How many did I need? I only needed 3. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's do one more. One more match, and then we're done. One more match, and then we're done. Oh, wait, I need a drink. Ah. Watermelon.
I told you.
I didn't hear. I have my earphones on, man. You know, we probably should have put these in the fridge.
Maybe.
All right. All right. Let's end tonight on a high. Who we gonna play? Let's go. Let's go the Raven Lord, huh? Let's go the Raven Lord. Let's wrap up on me. Let's wrap up on me. Raven Lord. Oh, I forgot to switch it back to a guy. I forgot to switch it back to a guy. Okay, all right. So for those of you who don't know, so I was making the announcement video that I'm returning to my Executions Graded series. Like, I'm going to go back and regrade stuff. And I wanted to put a thumbnail on the Executions Graded of female Ravenlord, because that's what I used last time. Female Ravenlord in a medieval classroom looking at a clipboard and just, like, grading papers. Because remember, I did that when I did my report card video. And I thought it'd be funny. And I wanted to ask Jay or Hannah to do a picture of that, but Hannah was busy with other stuff. And Jay was just not feeling good. He had like chronic migraines. He had a lot of stuff going on. They just couldn't do it. So I used an open art AI software program. Kill me. But what I did was I took pictures of female Ravenlord from the game from various angles, submitted them through, and asked it to put her in this position with her helmet off. And it did. It did a beautiful job. It made a very nice looking image. And so I used that as the thumbnail image. And that's why she is female. I told myself once I'm done doing this, I'm going to switch it back to male, but I forgot to do it. That is why it is female right now. But you know what? We'll roll with it. We'll just assume that Hannah got hold of me. Am I still playing Dead Island 2? I beat Dead Island 2 a while ago. Like, Hannah, you jerk, you evil woman, how dare you do this to me? It wasn't because I was stupid, it's because you did this to me. I can actually say that. You did this to me, Hannah, you did this to me. Like you're not even pregnant. I did this to me. Oh no. Raven, how did Rome treat those who deserted from the military? Execute. Huh? What was that, Lark? Sorry.
Not well.
Not well. No, if you weren't executed, you were tortured, kicked out of Rome, exiled.
Potentially sold into slavery.
Yeah, slavery was a common one. There were a lot. It depends a lot on the circumstances, but general rule, it didn't end well for you.
Like if you fled a battle that you were losing, that's like that was a mark of shame. But you weren't. But it wasn't necessarily like they wouldn't kill you. If you fled, like if you deserted in the middle of a campaign before a battle or something, that is far more punishable.
Like, let's say, for an example, let's say that you looked out at a battle and you saw, holy shit, that's a really big army. They're probably going to waste us. I don't want any part of that. And so you tried to run away and you were captured. You could probably be tortured, executed, or exiled from Rome. If you were losing the battle and the army was breaking and you ran with everyone else, you were probably shamed. You probably would be looked on with a lot of sneers and disgust. But that was probably the extent of it. Might be enslaved. Might be. And I should also make this point. A lot of people misunderstand slavery in the time of Rome. I should make this clear. Slavery in the time of Rome is not the same as slavery as we think of it here in the States. Or the modern world thinks of it anyway. You know what? I can think of one thing I would do to Warden to make him a bit better. You know what I would do? Honestly, I just thought about it. Aside from the obvious. I was going to say, give him hyper armor in a few attacks. I mean, he's got armor. I find it so funny that the faction with the most armor has the least amount of hyper armor. You notice that? I mean, let me think about it. Griffin has hyper armor on one move. No, two moves. Sorry, two moves. Warmonger has hyper armor on her finisher heavies. That's it. Lawbringer has hyper armor on his second combo heavy. That's it. Warden has hyper armor once they enter the bash. Not while building it up, but once they enter the bash. I think that's it. Gladiator's a crime for being becoming a gladiator a crime for desert. Okay, so some gladiators were Roman soldiers who chose to do it. Some gladiators were slaves forced to do it. So in a technical sense, like what you could have happen is you have this soldier desert, get captured, sold into slavery, and then later they bring him into the gladiator pits to be a gladiator. But the punishment was not, now you're going to be a gladiator, because keep in mind, gladiators didn't always or often die.
Yeah, it was typically 10% of gladiators would die in fights, because think of a gladiator the same way you think of an NFL or like a football player, because they are like pro athletes. They were very popular, made a lot of money, even though they were considered slaves. There were Romans who would sell themselves into slavery to become gladiators, because they're called contract gladiators. So, if you were a deserter and you got sold into slavery because you deserted and you became a gladiator, that's the best possible situation for you, honestly.
Sint has some during a charge punch. I forgot about that. Yeah, Sint's charge punch has hyper armor. You are correct. But again, that's it. But then when you look at the other factions, like let's look at the Vikings. Raider has hyper armor. Jormungandr has hyper armor. Highlander has hyper armor. Warlord has hyper armor. Berserker has a ton of hyper armor, even though he's an assassin. Valkyrie does not. Let's see. Shaman does not. So Shaman and Valkyrie are the only two Vikings who do not have hyper armor. Then you have the Samurai. Kensei has hyper armor. Shugoki has hyper armor. Sohei has tons of hyper armor. Hitakiri has a ton of hyper armor. Aramusha, if I recall correctly, has some hyper armor. I think that's it for the Samurai. And then for the Wulin, Tiandi has hyper armor on one move. Zhongjun has hyper armor. Jurin has hyper armor. And that's it. So they have three. And then for the Outlanders, Pirate has hyper armor. Medjai has hyper armor. Virtuosa shouldn't, but does have hyper armor. And Ocelot has hyper armor on zones. Sorry, I'm not well versed on Rome that much besides the tragedy of tragedy of Caesar. I wasn't blaming you. It's okay. A lot of people don't know much about Rome. What I don't get about Griffin is that he doesn't have at least one unblockable attack, considering he wields a heavy weapon. At least have it on a top finisher. Yeah, that would make sense, but I think Griffin's plenty fine as he is, honestly. Griffin's pretty strong. Valkyrie doesn't? No, I don't think Valkyrie has any hyper armor. At least none that I can think of. But the Knights, who are well known for having armor, have no hyper armor. Make it make sense, y'all. That back on. There we go. Oh, they're all at the Guardian? I'll try to get there, guys. Might not make it in time, but I'm coming. Out of the way. Peacekeeper, I have things. No, Peacekeeper, leave me alone. I have things to do. Wait. Wait. Oh, Givatsu's the name of the Peacekeeper. I was like, the name of the Guardian is Givatsu? It's weird. There we go. Oh, no. I flew. Let's see. Hopefully the next Knight Hero is a heavy with more hyper armor and an awesome weapon. I'm hoping we get a Knight Hero like Jurin. Let's go.
Destroy. Kill the commander.
One's coming, I know it. I can feel it. Oh, no? Okay, never mind. Ah, I just missed him. I can get him. Dang it, he moved forward. Coward. Come back and eat this ballista like a man. Crap. No, it sucks. Raven, please reign about AC Valhalla. The problem with AC Valhalla is it just does not do right by the Viking era. It really does feel like they just wanted pop culture Vikings without any of the grit or the realism. I hate it because they continue to involve the Isu when no one likes the Isu objectively. I've never met a single person who goes, oh man, I can't wait to hear how the next Isu plotline's going to go. I hate it because it continuously demonizes the Christian West while making the Vikings, I'm sorry, the Vikings look like the objective good guys, making them look altruistic and noble and good. I'm like, are you for shit? I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the Vikings didn't contribute a lot to history and to the world at large, but don't you sit there and tell me they're the good guys, okay? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. There we go. Ah, I died. It's so irritating to have them like, oh, we're not gonna hurt you. You're fine. You're an innocent. We'll let you live. Yeah, the Vikings were famous for letting innocents live. That's what they were known for. And we don't take slaves. That's immoral. I'm sorry. The Vikings were the biggest slave traders too, the Arabic slave trade. And we only want to steal supplies. We just want your supplies so that we can, build our home and build our homestead. Yeah, along with the treasure you're supposed to steal. Yeah. And then there's the fact that Valhalla was just boring to play. Unlike Odyssey, where it felt like everywhere you went there was a side quest or a person to meet or a thing to do. In Valhalla, you had to go on long sailing trips just to get to an island where you could run around and look for stuff to do, but there was nothing to do for several kilometers in any given direction. And usually the events were just so boring they weren't even worth talking about. Drinking contests were a waste of time that didn't give you much of anything. Poetry rap battle contests that you had were weak as hell and way too easily predictable. The little stone game that they had was boring as sin. Once I figured out how it worked, it was pretty easy to win all of them and not worth stopping to do. There were literally moments where I'm like, hold on, am I not playing Assassin's Creed? Shouldn't I be, killing as an assassin? And then there's the fact that we have all this other shit that they threw in, like, oh, by the way, look, a Chinese woman who lives here, who honestly came from China all the way to Britain. Now, the argument is, oh, they came on the Silk Road. Yes, the Chinese came on the Silk Road and chose to live in England.
The Silk Road doesn't go to England. It pretty much stops in Antioch and Constantinople.
Yeah, but that's their argument as to how she got there.
Yeah. Like, listen, set up shop in Constantinople? Sure. Antioch? Sure. Baghdad? Sure. Freaking bumfuck nowhere England?
Yeah.
9th century?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. That would be like England is a backwater until really the 17th century.
Yeah, there's no reason for her to want to move here. And then they had black people living amongst them. And here's the thing about that: black people living amongst among the Vikings. Not likely unless they're slaves, and they did not make him a slave. And I was kind of like, that doesn't make sense.
He's just randomly there.
He's just there. He's just there. This very, very diverse, modern style land and people who are objectively moral and fight the good fight against oppressors gag me. You know, go full hog, man. You're a Viking. Be a Viking. And then, of course, they don't want to. Here's what I find funny. Oh, thank you for the $4.99, Iron King. Thank you for the $4.99. Really appreciate it. But the other thing that I find so distasteful is they go to such great lengths to remind you when you're playing in the Ezio series and all that, hey, Jesus isn't really a god. The Christian God, the Christian doctrine, not real. None of it's real. It's all pieces of Eden. None of it's real. It's not real. You're following a false teacher. It's not real. Fine. I'll deal with it. I'll accept it. Go into Valhalla. Oh, actually, the Norse gods were totally real. They were just Isu. And you're actually a reincarnation of Odin. What if I'm playing as a chick? Odin was a chick, actually. Oh. I guess calling her the Allfather is misgendering them. Oh my god, it looks like we were ahead of the curve with that whole Yamato situation. Ugh, just, it made me gag. I hated it. And then the twist was that Loki was actually the assassin the whole time, and F that. It just gagged me. That was so disgustingly bad. That was so disgustingly bad. They made King Charles the villain, even though King Charles was awesome.
Alfred the Great.
Oh, I'm sorry, King Charles. What am I saying? I'm getting myself confused. Alfred the Great. I apologize. I apologize. Alfred the Great was made the bad guy, even though Alfred the Great was objectively a Giga Chad. And again, they just try to make the Vikings sound noble and righteous and all this nonsense. And I'm like, here's the reality. You need to understand this about the Vikings. The Norse people were a cultured people, but Viking is the act of piracy. It is raiding other towns and villages to steal their shit and then either take it for themselves or resell it. What did the Vikings do? They went to easily accessible, easily plundered Christian lands. They plundered their churches, plundered their homes, killed men, stole women and children, put them into slavery, stole their valuables, stole their equipment, stole anything they could carry off on their ships. They did not steal food, most likely, because it would have perished by the time they got back. They did not have means of preserving food. That's a myth. They farmed. They held homesteads, sure, but they also stole shit. And they keep forgetting that you steal shit in this. Which AC Valhalla, Shadows, or Mirage is worse in terms of writing and gameplay? I think that I didn't play Mirage, but if I had to pick one that's worse, Shadows is worse than Valhalla, because at least Valhalla had its high points. There were moments I could have fun in Valhalla. I never had fun in Shadows. Like, it dragged, it was annoying. I kept being reminded how stupidly they handled Yasuke in Shadows. But yeah, just stuff like that really just gets under my skin. Let's get rid of some of this. Hannah never told me if she liked my PK drip. I wish Valhalla had the same gameplay as Black Flag. Well, you couldn't, because the way piracy and ship sailing in Black Flag is done is not the way Vikings would have done it.
Yeah, naval combat wasn't going to be possible for the Viking Age. At least not the way you would have wanted it to be.
Yeah. But yeah, Valhalla was terrible. It was just terrible. And for me, even when I was enjoying it at first, kind of having fun with it, it still just got so annoying. Like, I just lost interest so quickly. All right. Well, you know what? We're probably going to go ahead and call it there because it is getting late and I need to get ready for work tomorrow. What is it? Oh, there we go. All right, so let's see. How many Twitch viewers do we have right now? We have 16. That's plenty. We'll go ahead and raid someone with those numbers. And we have 17 viewers on YouTube. Man, we're just... That stinks. Hey, it's the guy who sounds like Zorro. How's it going, Raven? I saw you were talking about Assassin's Creed. Were you talking about the downfall in particular, like with how the series turned out and with the Shadows controversy? Yeah, I was talking about where I think Assassin's Creed kind of fell off for me and for a lot of people. I think, and I said it earlier, but I'll repeat it here just real quick so that you can hear it again. I think the issue was the narrative altered. The story went from the idea of two clashing ideologies of what we're willing to give up for the sake of peace. Like, the Templars want peace, but they're willing to sacrifice our freedoms for it. And the Assassins want peace, but they're willing to kill for it because they don't want to get rid of our freedoms. And there's a good and a bad to both sides, and you could have a very interesting series of games and stories where you see these ideologies clash, where we see the good and bad of both sides. And you saw a lot of that in the Ezio trilogy. But then by the time we got to like Syndicate and Origins and stuff like that, it totally changed, man. It totally changed, man. Because they changed it from a clashing of ideologies into a clashing of oppressor versus oppressed. And the problem is, not only does that get lazy after a while, but it makes it way too childish. And I gave this example in Origins. You work alongside Julius Caesar and Cleopatra, and Julius Caesar is a bro. Like, he's really chill. Like, he doesn't really give you a lot of problems. Like, he seems cool. He seems like Julius Caesar would have been in history. But then, in the end, out of left field, suddenly he's the bad guy. Suddenly he puts a hit out on you. Suddenly he's trying to kill you. And then the final person you have to kill is Julius Caesar. There's no hint at it. There's no foreshadowing. There's no suspicion. There's no clever trickery. There's none of that. It's just, oh, by the way, now he's the villain. You have to kill him. Why? Simple. Because Julius Caesar ended the Republic in Rome and became its first dictator and was going to turn it into an empire, which a lot of people in the modern day think was evil and wrong and so totalitarian, authoritarian, evil of him. So he's got to be the villain. He's got to be the oppressor, even though objectively Julius Caesar did a lot more for the common people than the Senate usually did. In fact, that was one of the reasons the Senate didn't like him as much, because he was so popular with the common people and with the military, because he was a threat to their power, obviously. Now, I'm not saying Julius wasn't high on himself. He had an ego the size of Timbuktu. There's no question, because every emperor has an ego the size of Timbuktu. I'm not saying he didn't. But objectively, he was popular with the people because he understood the common people's plight. So honestly, he would actually be liked by the assassins if we're running with the idea of giving freedoms to people, right? But no, he's got to be the villain because he ended the Republic, and everyone knows, oh, democracy, good, even though they don't understand the first thing about Roman democracy. But back to the point, like, Roman democracy, I'm sorry, that's just a funny joke. Like, I can laugh at that one. But they think, oh, he took power away from the Senate. He was going to rule on his own. He was going to be a dictator. That's evil. That's oppression. He needs to die. So they made him a mustache-twirling bad guy at the very end, giving a speech about how he's a god, and we just need to kill him. And I'm like, that's so not clever. That's so not creative. That's so boring. I mean, if you want to make Julius Caesar the bad guy, fine. Make him the bad guy. Build up to it. Because, you know, Rodrigo Borgia in the Ezio trilogy, we built up how he was evil, right? We built up that villain. We built him up well. Haytham Kenway built him up well. You know, like, we did good in certain areas to build up the villains. Or at least hint at them. Julius was so out of left field, and the only reason it was out of left field was because they quickly had to say, oh, shoot, let's make him the bad guy. And so, we definitely see that in stuff like Shadows and Valhalla. Alfred the Great, sorry, I'm tired. Alfred the Great was honestly a really cool guy. Really cool guy. But he's the villain because he's a king. That's the only reason I can think of why they wanted him to be the villain. I mean, Lark, can you think of any reason why to make Alfred the villain? Outside of just he's a king and therefore authority figure's bad?
Because Ubisoft's a French company and they routinely hate the English.
I guess, but they sure did suck the British dick in 3.
Yeah, they did, because I think they hate us more.
Well, more to the point, Alfred was a G, and they made him the villain because he's a king. He's the English king. He's bad. And then in Syndicate, yeah, they made Marx a decent fellow, but a lot of the industrial individuals, the owners of factories, they're always bad because all owners of factories must be bad. Never mind the fact that many of them were actually decent people. There's this common consensus that everyone in industrial England at the time was just a Scrooge McDuck in disguise. Not the case. In fact, Scrooge was a caricature of the classic industrial tycoon. Like, he was kind of a caricature. That wasn't the case with everyone.
Well, the another thing that really got me about Syndicate is just like, you're going to liberate the child work factory workers, and I'm like, the child workers don't have to show up.
Yeah, there was no requirement for children to work.
Yeah, that was like, they are there because their families are large and they need whatever money they can get. It's kind of like, thank you for getting me out. Now I'm not getting paid and my family's starving. Thanks,
You got to understand that there were no child labor laws. There was no protection for children.
It was actually those rich businessmen that actually pushed for the child labor laws.
Exactly, because if children were going to work for them, you had to make sure that they were protected. And you're like, well, why would the children work there voluntarily? Like you were saying, Lark, at this point in time, contraception and birth control was not really a thing. People didn't want to control their birth rates because they thought because they didn't have the ability for one thing, and there was the ideal of, reproduce and prosper. So if you have a lot of kids, it's hard to maintain that family, so the kids got to work. The Cratchits and Christmas Carol, that was actually pretty typical, a family with too many kids. Those kids expected to go work. They don't have to. There's no requirement, but a lot of kids did because they wanted to take care of the family. So like Lark said, and it's a very good point, by liberating the kids who were there voluntarily, you got them out of a job, and now the family's going to go hungry. Again, it really comes down to, we stand against the oppressor without you understanding anything about what you're fighting against. Isn't that revisionist history in a way? Yes, it is. And I don't mind Assassin's Creed playing a little bit with history, like pulling at the thread a little bit. I don't mind if they decide to make Julius Caesar the villain. There is a way you can make Julius Caesar the villain. You could do it if you play your cards right. It won't be easy, but you could do it. They didn't. They did it out of left field because you got to fight the oppressor. We got to free the kids from work because they the oppressed. They have no comprehension of history, no comprehension of what creates good storytelling and conflict, no comprehension of consequences. They just say, oh, look, kids are being forced to work in factories. That's immoral. Free the kids. They don't understand the context of why they were working in that factory. Julius Caesar was the first true dictator of Rome, and he was going to abolish the Senate. Must be must be evil, must be bad.
He was going to abolish the Senate.
Yeah, he wasn't even going to do that. That was who was it who did that? It wasn't Augustus. Didn't do that. It was someone after Augustus.
Way after.
Yeah.
He didn't abolish it. It was Diocletian.
Diocletian.
He didn't abolish it. He just said, "I'm not listening to you."
And then
because at that point they really they just paid the Senate lip service. Diocletian just dropped the facade of, because he's changed the title of emperor from princeps, meaning first citizen, to dominus, meaning master.
Yeah.
Of course, Diocletian, effective, was kind of a dick.
Well, Diocletian was an asshole, but I mean, I was looking for the person who kind of just pushed the Senate to the side. But more to the point, the reason that I think Assassin's Creed fell off, to put it in simplest terms, is the writing became juvenile. It changed so much from what it was supposed to be. Assassin's Creed should have been about clashing ideologies and letting the good and bad of both show. Assassin's Creed 3 almost did it well. Almost. Because you could have looked at the good side of the American Revolution and the bad side. You don't have to go shish boom rah rah, go USA. You don't have to do that. You can show the negative aspects of the American Revolution. The founding fathers were not perfect. They had problems. And you can show the benefits of British occupation. The British were not evil, heartless bastards. There were good British folk there. You could show the good and the bad of both sides. And they started to, until Ubisoft went way too far in one direction and said not only was the founding fathers not heroes to respect, they actually made things worse. And again, it all comes down to this idea that it's not about ideologies, it's about oppressors. No, you're good, Iron. Basically, what I'm getting at, the simplest way to put it. Assassin's Creed fell because, Assassin's Creed fell for me. Because the writing fell off. Other people have their own reasons. Some people don't like the RPG element. Some people don't like the characters. Some people don't like the location. Some people don't like the tediousness. Some people don't like the production quality. Some people don't like the people working behind it. A lot of people have their own reasons for why it fell off. But for me, it fell off much earlier than Shadows because the writing just became so juvenile. Shadows was the nail in the coffin for me because not only was the writing juvenile, they disrespected a lot of things historical. And that, for me, was inexcusable. Especially, and here's what got me. And all their advertising for the game and all their marketing, we're trying to show you a side of history that you've never seen before. We are paying close attention to history. The whole reason we have you play as Yasuke because he's a historical figure that you probably never knew about. We really care about doing Japanese history and culture and architecture just right. Yes, you care so much about history. So when I sit here and point at all the historically inaccurate things you do, and then your defenders run at me, you're really expecting historical accuracy in an Assassin's Creed game? It's a game where you use magic space rocks to try to control people's minds. Were you really expecting accuracy? These games were never historically accurate. Well, gee willikers, Batman. I guess I was the fool. I was only listening to your own goddamn marketing. I mean, you're the ones who decided to throw the real-ass Yasuke in as a playable character. Forgive me for assuming you wanted me to scrutinize the history of it. We wanted to make two individual players to play as the shinobi and the samurai because they weren't the same thing. They come from two social classes, and we really care about being historically accurate. Well, genius, if you wanted to be historically accurate, I guess I should tell you that they weren't necessarily two social classes that were different. The shinobi was an occupation. The samurai was a social class. There were samurai who were also shinobi. One, Hattori Hanzo, comes to mind. He was a samurai who was also a shinobi. But leaving that nonsense aside, hey, look at that. Neo 3 fucking did what you couldn't with the power of a single button press. You losers. So yeah, I care about history. I'm not saying everything has to be one-to-one accurate, because it's not. I realize that. But don't try to lie to me and say, we care about historical accuracy, and then when I notice something historically inaccurate and I point it out, you say, why were you expecting historical accuracy? You're the fool. So yeah, that's my position. And the sad truth is, here's the saddest truth of all. I know most people don't care. When I tell other people why I don't like Shadows or Valhalla or anything like that, quite often they say, why don't you like it? And I go and I tell them just what I told you. And the usual response is, that's not a big deal. I mean, I'm fine with it. And you know what? Great. I'm in my little camp of one over here. I'm in my little party of one, sitting in my armchair, being the one dude in this world who says, I think the history is effed. I think the narrative is effed. I think a lot of this is effed. And maybe no one else cares and I'm the fool for caring. But you want to know something? Even if I'm the only fool who cares, one is not none. I think that we should hold creators who want to make historically accurate games to a certain sense of responsibility and integrity, to a certain expectation. You know, you want to add Yasuke to your game. Fine, add Yasuke. I'm fine with you adding Yasuke. Let's add Yasuke. Great, glad you agree, Raven. Glad you agree. We're also going to make him perfectly fluent in Japanese from the moment he steps on Japan's island. Okay. He wasn't, obviously, but okay, sure. Yep, go with that. We're also going to make Oda Nobunaga glaze the fuck out of him. Why would Nobunaga glaze the F out of a black man who he'd never seen before? You know what? Fine. Go. Sure, he glazed him. He also makes him a samurai, and within 6 months, he's riding beside Oda Nobunaga and wearing even nicer armor than him. You mean he has a position higher than most of Oda Nobunaga's own generals who would have served with him for years? You know what? Fine. Okay, he does this. Okay, sure, go on. He also slaughters samurai by the hundreds anytime he goes out on a mission by himself. Never mind the fact that they would have trained and lived a lot longer in this world where they would have known swordsmanship way more than him. But okay, sure, fine, all right, got it. Okay, moving on. And we're also going to make it so that the canon relationship you get in with him is with Oichi Oda. Oichi Oda. You mean the younger sister of Oda Nobunaga, who is considered by Japan to be one of the most chaste and blessed women, who's considered practically a saint among the Japanese people as a basic expectation of what women are supposed to be, virtuous and dedicated and devoted to their husbands and to their family. He has an affair with Oichi Oda, and that is the canon option. Is that what you're telling me? Yes, actually. Sure. Okay, fine. All right. And then after Oda Nobunaga dies, he doesn't get sold back to the Jesuits. What? We don't know much about Yasuke's history, but we do know that after Nobunaga's death, we know that he was given back to the Jesuits, and you decided not to do that. Okay, sure. And then he hunts down the one who killed Nobunaga, and he calls him the best samurai he's ever seen. Take everything about that, shove it in your ass, and shit it down the creek. If you couldn't tell, that annoys me. But you know what people will say when I tell them that annoys me? Creative liberties. We don't know much about Yasuke, and besides, who's expecting historical accuracy? I must be the fool. But, don't say I'm wrong either. The fools who don't pay attention to history will find themselves not only doomed to repeat it, but woefully unprepared to handle its repeat. You open those floodgates, you're going to be shocked when they come back to bite you. Anyway, I think that I have gone on way longer than I probably should have. I know that I think what I want to say, and I'll probably close on this. The reason I loved Assassin's Creed was because it combined history and great storytelling. And fun gameplay, let's be honest. The reason I have fallen out of love with Assassin's Creed is because they betrayed that history and good storytelling. And whether you like the gameplay or not, that's fine. You like what you want, you enjoy what you want. I want you to enjoy it. But I will always say, don't tell me I'm the loser or stupid just because I care about something that means a lot to me. You know, it's funny. Let me pull it up real quick. You know how many people lost their minds because of this? Varangian Guard. Varangian Guards weren't female. They weren't. How could you like this? You know how many people lost their minds because of this? We didn't want a female pirate. You know how many people lost their minds because of this? He looks like a savage tattooed hobo with bare feet. That's not the Viking armor. This isn't realistic Viking armor. How could you do that? You know how many people lost their minds over this? The Mongols weren't women. How could you do that? How? Do you know what any of those people didn't want to hear? Why do you care about history? Who cares about historical accuracy? It's just about gameplay, isn't it? Who gives a damn about accuracy anyway? It's fine, it's working. The reason no one wants to hear that is because it is something that people care about. It is something that people enjoy. It is something that people want. So don't tell me no one cares when objectively people do. Here's the thing, on For Honor, it isn't as big a deal to me just because, very clearly, from the offset, this wasn't meant to be historical. This is an alternate universe where knights, samurai, and Vikings fight each other after a post-apocalyptic event. So I'm willing to accept some changes here because they're not trying to be 100% historically accurate. I'm willing to accept it. I can look at this and say, yeah, the Mongolians historically were all male. Yeah, there weren't a lot of female pirates, but there was one. Yeah, the Varangian Guard weren't female, but, you know, I can deal with it more here because I understand the constraints that the company's facing, and I don't mind quite as much. But when you go to Assassin's Creed, which is a game that they try so hard to tell you, we're trying to respect history, we're trying to respect history, we're trying to respect history, and then I say this isn't historically accurate and then call me the fool, I get very upset. But I've said that already. But anyway, I have probably talked y'all's ears off. Let's go ahead and raid someone because my Twitch viewers, we got 17 right now. Let's raid somebody. Let's give somebody a good evening, and then I'm going to hop off. Let's see. Who can we raid? Who is available right now? Who's someone with low views? I want to make someone's day that has a low view count right now. But they got to be playing For Honor. I want to try to do another For Honor. Not a lot of people. Okay, they've only got one viewer. This person's only got one viewer, and they have drops enabled. Well, actually, hold on. No. Okay, no, they don't have drops enabled. My fault. I thought they did. I was looking at someone else. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's do Real Money Gaming. Let's do Real Money Gaming. All right. Let's start the raid. $11 viewers. Cool. 12. Good. All right. 13. Good. All right. Let's get ready to raid. So all my Twitch folks, thanks for dropping in. Love you guys. Give some love to Real Money Gaming. All you YouTube folks, stick around. See y'all later. Let's hear what they say. I dig his Jurin look, by the way. He's got a good Jurin. Well, anyway, y'all Raiders have fun. I am out of there. All right. So, for all my YouTube folks out there, thank you so much for sticking around. Oh, why did I do that? There we go. All right, so just a little reminder for everyone. The contest will be tomorrow, but it'll be in the evening, not in the morning, because I'm working in the morning. So those of you who are participating in the Centurion contest, just wait till the evening, and we will do it then. We'll have to do the timing right so that we can get dinner that night, but we'll figure it out. There probably won't be another stream after that, just because that'll be our stream for the evening. But looking forward to it. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I did have a good time. I really did. It was a fun night. Rant notwithstanding. And that's all there is to it. I thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Later.